Hi, this is Mike Bracco from AskForADeal.com, and here today to talk with Crystal Paine. Crystal is the woman behind one of the top personal finance blogs out there, MoneySavingMom.com, and we're going to talk with her, talk about her site, how she got into couponing, and go from there. So, Crystal, you there?
Yes.
Hey, how's it going? So, Money Saving Mom, if you look at the site right here, offers a bunch of tips geared towards families on finding coupons, finding savings. It's got meal planning, all sorts of great resources. So I just want to talk to you, Crystal, and first ask you, how did you get into couponing? What was the background? How did you get into this?
Well, actually, I started couponing about 11 years ago. My mom thought that that was a skill that we should know before we got married, so she had each of her daughters learn to coupon, and I grew up in a family of 9, so grocery shopping and planning menus and using coupons, we got a great head start with a large family. And so for about 2 years, I took over the meal planning and grocery shopping for my family. And then um, after my husband and I got married, we were living on a very small budget because he was going through law school and we were committed to do it without debt. And so couponing became a necessity. It wasn't just something that I did because I enjoyed doing it. And so that's really when I began hardcore couponing and learned many of the advanced couponing techniques, such as doing the drugstore game and stacking coupons and things like that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, if you look at your site here, so I have MoneySavingMom.com up, and you can see you sort of organize your blog posts on various categories. You also have directories of deal sites, all sorts of great resources. And I've also noticed you have quite a following on Twitter and Facebook. Can you talk about how you're using those sites to amass the following and connect with people who are trying to find ways to find savings, especially in this economy, which is a little bit tough for a lot of folks?
Yes, actually, I started my site in 2007, and it was right before the economy tanked, and we didn't know that that was going to be happening, but it was kind of like I was at the right place at the right time. And then I actually didn't start my Facebook page until the beginning of 2010. It was something that my husband suggested, and it was one of the best things that we've ever done because Facebook, the viral marketing that social media has provided for my site, has brought hundreds of thousands of new visitors and then loyal fans.
And also something that's kind of unique when I was looking at your site and looking at your social media presence is you're actually very active on YouTube as well. I feel like that's kind of a unique thing, especially for people who have these deal sites covering various topics. Talk about your YouTube channel and what you're doing with that and how you've used YouTube to connect as well.
Yes, YouTube is kind of a jumping out of my comfort zone thing that I challenged myself to do this year. I really wanted to learn how to video blog, and I was scared to death of going on camera, but I like to hide behind the computer screen, but I decided that I was going to do that, and so I started a 31 Weeks to a Better Grocery Budget series, and I just post one short, like 2 to 3 minute video every week, just helping people in a step-by-step fashion how they can cut their grocery bill.
Nice. Now, looking at your site, you have a lot of great resources, a lot of articles. If you had to sort of boil down advice you have for people maybe that aren't into coupons or they're just casually into it, on the sort of the top things you would say, like what are the things that you need to do to really make coupons work for you? Because a lot of what I read personally, it seems like it's a lot of work to get the circulars, to do the research on what you need to buy in combination with what to get deals. So what are your top sort of tips for folks?
Well, I think that the first tip is that you have to have a budget. If you don't have a budget, it's really pointless to be trying to do all this stuff to save money, because how are you going to know if you're actually saving money? So you need to have a grocery budget, and then I suggest that you go ahead and have a full-fledged budget for all categories all your spending categories. So first off, have a grocery budget, and then just challenge yourself to slowly whittle that down, maybe even just 2 or 3% every month. And so after you've set up the grocery budget, I highly strongly recommend that people use cash when they go to the store for shopping, because not only does this challenge you to stick with your grocery budget, but you can't go over budget when you have cash. So leave your checkbook, leave your credit card, leave your debit card at home, and just bring cash. And so once you have those things in place, then it's really important that you plan a menu, and that you plan a menu based upon what's on sale at the store and what you already have on hand. Don't just plan your menu based upon whatever sounds good, but actually look at the store sales flyers. And this might seem overwhelming, and that's why I just encourage people to slowly take baby steps to implement these things. But look at the sales flyers online. Usually most stores have their sale flyers available online when you're planning your menu. And then if chicken's on sale and beef isn't, then plan more chicken meals that week instead of meals with beef. And so those are three things to start you out in saving money without even using coupons. And then I just recommend that people slowly read online. There are so many blogs and resources that are out there to help you to do the legwork for you. So find a blog that covers a store or stores in your area, and then just start reading and slowly start implementing, slowly start trying to chip away your cash grocery budget until pretty soon you'll probably realize that you have cut it by 30 to 50%, and just by spending an hour a week.
Wow.
So baby steps are the key.
Yeah. Now I saw on your site you sort of you have children and you have a family, and your budget for groceries seemed pretty low for me. I mean, I feel like I spend more than that on my groceries. But talk about your personal savings and how you've been able to get it that low.
Yes, whenever my husband and I were first married, we had a $35 a week grocery budget, and that covered all 21 meals every single week. And then we've slowly raised that as we now have three children who are 6, 4, and 2. And so we have a $50 a week grocery budget. And then we also do eat out once a week, so we don't include that in our grocery budget. That's in a separate category. But the way that we're able to keep that low is just obviously by years of practice of implementing different grocery saving strategies, and planning our menus based upon what's on sale at the store, buying in bulk, always stockpiling by if something's on sale when it's at the rock bottom price, then we'll buy 3 to 6 months ahead so that we're always paying pennies on the dollar for most of the grocery items that we buy. So I would say those are the main principles that we implement in order to keep our grocery budget low.
Nice. And I got to ask you this question, because obviously here we're working on a product, Ask for a Deal, that's sort of a deal site, and there's no shortage of people creating innovative new types of deal sites. What is your opinion on the deal sites out there and what they offer? I know some friends joke that like I'm saving all this money, but I'm gonna go broke saving all this money because it's sort of things that maybe aren't necessary or things like that. But what are your thoughts on the deal sites out there, and what do you think about them?
Well, I think that you can save a lot of money using a site like Groupon or Living Social, and I do promote some of the deals, but I think you have to be very careful, and that is why I highly recommend that you have a budget and that you only buy those things that you can afford in your budget. So if you have an eating out budget category, then if you see a Groupon that comes along that's for a restaurant that you would eat at, and it's for half price, then use the money out of your restaurant spending category to buy it. But don't just buy a deal because it seems like a great deal, because if it's not saving you money, then it's not a good deal for you, no matter how good it seems.
Yeah, that's true. So again, I got your site here, moneysavingmom.com. What is the best way for people to connect? I know you have your Facebook and Twitter and social media presence that we talked about. You also have a newsletter. What's in that newsletter? Is it special content, or is it your blog posts, or how would you recommend people connect?
You can just go to moneysavingmom.com, and if you sign up for our email newsletter, it's you can get the daily feed of all the posts that are posted so that you don't have to come back and check the site. If you just want money saving tips and you don't care about deals or coupons, we also have a light feed that just has frugal living articles and money saving tips that you can also sign up for, and that will just come, you'll get a few articles every day. So it's just the email newsletter is just what you're also going to get on the blog. You can also sign up for, we have about 110 different store deals stores that we cover the deals at those stores, so you can sign up for the stores that are in your area, and you will get those once a week through email. You'll get a list of the best deals at your local stores matched up with coupons, so we do all the legwork for you.
Nice, nice. And one more thing is the site. You've obviously amassed a following. It sounds like you're making some money off of it. I noticed you donate some of the proceeds for private advertisements on the site. Can you talk about that and and basically how you've been able to take this passion of yours to save money for your family into an actual business.
Yes, it's been really exciting. I started Money Saving Mom with the desire, obviously, first and foremost, to help people really save money and give them practical, real life examples of how they could cut their grocery bill based upon things that we had done that helped us live on a very small budget. But then as it grew, there were a lot of opportunities that arose to make it a win win. So, like, for instance, certain coupons that I promote that maybe like last week you could get free Reach floss at Walmart and Target, but if you printed that coupon, then I got a few cents per print, and I'll write that in my post. I'll say, you know, if you print this, then I get a small percentage of, you know, for you printing it. So it becomes a win-win sort of thing because I help people save money. I'm giving them specific ways to do it, but also the manufacturers are in some instances paying me a small bit to be promoting that. So there are many, many opportunities for win-win ways like that. And so also we have sidebar advertising, and so we have committed to donate all 100% of the proceeds from private advertising on our sidebar to Compassion International and Show Hope. Those are two ministries that our family really stands behind and supports. And it's just been a really incredible opportunity to think that through my blog and through visiting my blog, you are able to help feed and clothe needy children in other nations.
Awesome. Well, that's great stuff. And Crystal, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us and help spread the word to our audience of Ask for a Deal who are out there looking for savings and opportunities. So again, thanks a lot. And everyone check out Money Saving Mom. Lots of great tips on finding deals and savings. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right.